Yeah, I think you're right. It's that last dirtiest dish. When I went back to school, and negative GPA, right? When I started going back to school, I, you know, I've been working at I've been going to community college for a couple years. I was working at bars, and then I go back to school, and I just was doing work. I was doing homework, and I was Skyping with this guy named Tom. He used to be in the Zen subreddit. His name was Oatgerm, and then pointing at the moon, and then Iger. And I was telling him, I was like, you know, the way to get stuff done when I'm getting stuff done is just it's not to think about it as getting a thing done, you know. And I mean, we might see people who take this all the way to, you know, when we do the dish, we simply enjoy the doing of the dish. We don't think of it as a means to an end, and haha, it's just so nice. But I don't even really think it's that. You know, that's kind of what makes me think that the whole habit garden is really useful, because it's what you're doing by default. You know, people with addictions, you know, you stop smoking, but then when you go to an area, you're in a scenario where you always used to smoke, you want to smoke, because that input-output process is already set up. And so I really think the way to do that last dish is not to do that last dish, to simply be doing things, and one of the things that you do is do that last dish. You see the difference between framing it as doing the last dish and not that you are, but I think that is I think it's a big thing with the game. You know, doing laundry, doing homework, working. I mean, there can be real joy in work, and I think a lot of that is the feeling of accomplishment, but not break. You know, people who say like break it up into small goals. I really don't think that's the way to go, because then it's constantly on to the next, on to the next. I really think the way to go about it is just, you know, what lane am I driving in right now? You know, I got Google Maps. It'll tell me when I need to make a turn. And yeah, I mean, that's how I spend my days. You know, I just focus on the mental health, and everything else kind of falls in place. The mental health, the physical health. You know, because what is it to be mentally and physically, you know, healthy, and what things improve that end up, you know, I say being just useful things. And this really gets into the concept of Wu Wei, not intentionally. This is pointed out. And I really think, you know, Wu Wei isn't something to aim after by definition. But you can get a surprisingly large percent of the distance there. Well, you know what I'm trying to say. By just doing your daily things.